Yes.
I just wanted to know, I create silk and dried flower arrangements, and I just paid on GoDaddy for a website, and I'm going to be getting help with that. And I don't have any clients yet or employees. Which QuickBooks would you think I should?
I would say that probably you're better off with the Premier on all of them, you know, and then you could choose a manufacturing industry. QuickBooks Premier, I believe, would also give you a free website. You'd have to double check on Intuit's website. Intuit is the manufacturer of QuickBooks. So you can either go to quickbooks.com or intuit.com, but I believe you get a free website with the purchase of Premier.
Any other questions? We didn't hear, yes?
If you've already been in business and you're gonna set it up today, how retroactive would you go?
Depends if it's the same business. So, and even if it's the same kind of business, remember that new company feature is a lot of fun. So for any new business, separate federal ID number, my recommendation is do a new company. By the way, you're paying QuickBooks once, and you can have 50 new companies.
If you were starting today, in you're on a calendar year, I would probably go to January 1.
Okay.
Oh,
You won't have last
yes.
year's history, but I would go to January 1, put in your checks, you know, just have somebody, the check number, it'll automatically, you just click next, it'll come up with the next check number, and it'll do that for you. You just define your vendors, your accounts, and it'll just pop, you can just type your checkbook right in there.
Questions on the left side of the room? Come on, guys. What do you got? What kind of business you got?
I don't yet, no.
You don't yet. Okay. What are you thinking?
I'm a graduate student in nutrition, so I have to have a private practice when I'm done.
That's great. That's great.
That
And
again,
by the way,
service-
classic consulting service business, real easy to do, and hopefully you'll make a lot of money, so you should try it. Any other questions? Any other questions? Yes?
Listen, I have a daycare and.
You have a what, daycare?
Yeah.
Daycare?
An online version of QuickBooks.
Well, they do have an online version. They don't specifically say daycare, but you could probably use the service business, or they also have general business, where it's any business can use it, and then you can change the chart of accounts, or just use theirs and not use any accounts you don't need.
Well, what I'm looking for is a schedule. Like, let's say a child is supposed to be from 8 to 3, and we know how much that costs. Now, the child stays till 6. I want the teacher to be able to go in and say, stay till 6.
Okay, what you would do, we saw the invoices before, so you would define item. So first item could be day, and you define 8 hours or 6 hours with a fee. Then your next item would be additional hours.
Is that here?
Right.
Go back to this invoice. Yeah, go back one more. Okay. So see how it says class and amount? You can have it pop up so it would say rate and amount. So the rate would be whatever hour you were choosing. You would charge it for that particular hour, and then you could just put in quantity would be 6.
No, I'll just share with you. You're asking absolutely the right question, but it becomes even more relevant as you go on. Because remember, we talked about the profit and loss, and we talked about cost of goods sold. You're always asking yourself at the end of the year, but wait a second, I wasn't accurate about the cost. So you might have had a game plan for all the kids from 9 to 3. And you know what that cost is, and then you didn't have a game plan before in your COGS, and your cost of goods sold at the top of what that extra would be. Sometimes extra labor, for example,
Right,
someone watching the kids in the afternoon might be someone in your G&F, in your general admin. So think about the distinction between those two things as, what do I need if no kids show up? And what do I need if I've got my business going the way I want? So what I mean by that is, before anybody walks in the room, you might have someone who's that person in the center all day. Maybe, did you use that person after 3? If you did, then it's already in your G&A. So that's something to think about.
And QuickBooks is tracking all this information. So if you use the information, how many hours did I pay teachers overtime? Does it pay to hire a 3 o'clock teacher? And all that information is there. You just have to gather it and look at it. And there are predefined reports, and there's also customization of reports, which is also pretty good in QuickBooks. So you have all the information. As long as you're entering it, QuickBooks is tracking it for you.
We only have a minute left, but just to do one more thing, when you're at these kinds of sessions, on the local level, in your communities, use them to network as well. So first thing you gotta do is ask a question, but tell us, what kind of business you have. Does anybody else want to volunteer? What kind of business are you going into here in Brooklyn? Anybody want to volunteer what you're doing? Yes, sir.
Yeah, well, basically what I'm doing, I have a cleaning business, which is option of green products or regular products. So basically what I'm doing is like if anybody here has a condominium, and I'm pretty sure that everybody knows how hard it is to find somebody to come in weekly or bi-weekly to do the cleaning. Basically what you do, call me, I'll come or I'll send somebody, and I'll take care of all the garbage pickup, the cleaning, and hopefully soon in the future I want to also provide not only cleaning for the building, but green cleaning for the apartments.
Where are you getting your green products from?
Well, right now, the 2 accounts that I have, I'm just using regular products, but I came here to see if I find.
So check out Green Depot. They're a good resource, and they have a great filter, Green Depot, and a good new store in the Bowery. But they have a filter, and they have a store here in Brooklyn. And they have a filter.
Green, I don't know if
Green
it's
Depot.
Green Ink, I think it is.
No, Green Depot. Green Depot. Check them out because they have a proprietary filter, which makes sure that the products they're going to sell you are in fact green. Any other questions around the room? Anybody else want to tell us what you do? Yes, sir.
Yeah, I'm a construction business.
Yes.
I'm a civil engineer. I've established a construction company. And now since the construction of the greenhouses and things, could you give me some information in regards to
Yeah, well,
where
so
they're being-
one of your main hosts today, St. Nick's, has the Brooklyn Business Center, and they are very interested in going into building green, affordable housing. Phenomenal opportunities in that world. One of my close friends, Wilson, is speaking today. I don't know what time. Look for him from Lincoln Park in Newark. He built affordable housing, all green, phenomenal. He's mentioned in DC as one of the people who walks the talk. He's really doing some great things. So there's a lot of opportunity there. Got to know your supply chain. Again, Green Depot is a great resource. So I don't know. No, I don't believe they're here today. But go to them online. Are they on here? Yeah. So are they one of the vendors now, sir?
They're giving one of the.
One of the presentations?
Yeah.
Yeah. So look for them and ask the people at EcoVentions as well.